It's a case that dates back more than a century. The murder of Mary Rogers, who was found floating in the Hudson River in the mid-1800s. Rogers was what you would consider a reality star before the invention of TV and the internet.
That's right, a trending icon of the late 1800s here in New York City until she was murdered. Her murder remains unsolved, but it changed how crimes were covered by the local tabloids and helped lead to the invention of the genre we now know as true crime. Dan Bowen says more in this episode of The Tape Room.
What stories haunt these waters on the Hudson? Between New York and New Jersey, where so much American history flows.
The date was July 28th, 1841, so we're 180 years ago. Word was spreading pretty quickly that, Mary Rogers has been murdered.
To understand what happened to Mary Rogers nearly 2 centuries ago, you need to know what used to happen inside this cave. It's called Sybil's Cave, and in the mid-1800s on the Jersey side of the Hudson River in Hoboken, New Yorkers with money came to the natural spring here as a weekend getaway.
People would come over to this side of the river on the weekends especially to get fresh air. New York is a big sooty mess.
And says Hoboken Historical Museum Director Bob Foster, on that day way back in 1841, Sybil's Cave became infamous for another reason.
They always talk about that the body of Mary Rogers was found floating in the river just off of Sybil's Cave.
Mary Rogers, a 21-year-old woman who at the time of her death was already famous in New York City for just being herself.
She achieved a kind of early form of what we would today recognize as being famous just for the sake of being famous.
Author Daniel Stashower's book, The Beautiful Cigar Girl, Mary Rogers, Edgar Allan Poe, and the Invention of Murder, details the complicated case. He says Rogers worked at a well-known cigar store in Lower Manhattan, where many writers, journalists, and elected leaders were customers.
Men wrote poems to her. They went on and on about her hypnotic eyes, her raven tresses, and her womanly figure. But the story did not have a happy ending. In 1841, in July, she was found floating in the Hudson River, strangled to death. And the city just went into an uproar over this.
One of the early complications with this case, 180 years ago, there was no NYPD. The town of Hoboken wasn't incorporated yet, so it was unclear exactly what law enforcement agency would look into this case. And that's one of the things that slowed down this investigation in the early stages as everyone tried to figure out just how Mary Rogers came to be floating in the Hudson River.
So, about a year later, Edgar Allan Poe weighs in. And he decides that he is going to write a story about this.
With the investigation going nowhere, legendary writer Edgar Allan Poe, who happened to be a frequent customer of the cigar shop, wrote a short story about the death, considered among the first true crime stories of its time, though he changed the name to The Mystery of Mary Roget.
You look back on it now and you realize Poe all but created the true crime genre with this story.
But Poe came no closer to solving the case than local detectives. There were rumors Rogers may have died as a result of a botched abortion, but Stashower says the facts don't line up there.
There was a lace cord tied around her neck, and one of the descriptions, early descriptions of her, was nightmarish beyond imagination.
Her fiance at the time also committed suicide a short time later, leading to more speculation, but it all led to nowhere. Nearly 2 centuries later, what happened to Mary remains a mystery, hidden deep in these waters and beyond this cave, where history sometimes has a way of staying hidden. Dan Bowens, Fox 5 News.